There is a shift so simple yet so powerful that most people overlook it their entire lives. This small change has the power to unlock everything you've ever wanted: wealth, love, peace, purpose. It can lead you to millions, not just in money, but in miracles, joy, and the kind of life that feels rich in every way. This shift is not about working more hours, grinding harder, or pushing yourself until you're exhausted. It's not about chasing success. It's about becoming success from the inside out. The secret isn't in some secret formula or technique. The secret is in you. At first, this may sound hard to believe. Many of us were taught that to have more, we need to do more. But what if you could start having more by becoming more? Not by force, but by awareness. What if your life could change? Not because you ran faster or climbed higher, but because you finally started to think, feel, and speak like the person you want to become. That's the shift. It's the turning point where you stop waiting for things to happen and begin showing up as the person who already has what they want. This change doesn't take years of study or expensive programs. It only takes one decision: to start seeing yourself differently, to speak differently, to carry yourself as someone who belongs to a life of abundance. And when you do that, life starts to mirror that image back to you. Slowly at first, and then all at once. This shift is simple, but it must be chosen on purpose. It's a decision to believe that you are not broken, not behind, not forgotten. You are powerful. And when your inner world changes, your outer world follows. This is the shift that unlocks millions. It's time to try it and watch it work. Most people live their lives stuck in the same place, repeating the same patterns, even when they say they want change. They read books, watch videos, and try new habits. But nothing truly changes. Why? Because they are trying to fix their life from the outside instead of changing from the inside. It's like trying to clean a mirror by wiping the reflection instead of cleaning the object in front of it. You keep seeing the same mess, and you think the mirror is broken, but the mirror only reflects what is shown to it. The same is true for life. Your life is not the problem. Your reflection is not the problem. The way you see yourself, that's where it begins. If you believe you are not good enough, life will show you situations where you feel rejected. If you think you are unlucky, life will bring circumstances that confirm that belief. And if you think money is hard to earn, guess what? Your life will continue to show you just how hard it is. Not because it's the truth, but because it's your truth. This is the trap. We keep reacting to life instead of creating it. We say things like, "I'll feel abundant when I have more money," or "I'll believe in myself when someone gives me a chance." But the universe doesn't work that way. It waits for you to go first. It responds to your beliefs, your energy, and your identity, not your wishes. If you don't shift your identity, you'll keep trying new things with the same old mindset. You'll jump from one job to another, hoping it will finally be the one. You'll start businesses, take courses, maybe even move to a new city. But eventually, the same patterns come back. Why? Because you brought the same energy with you. The mirror didn't change because the image didn't change. To break this cycle, the shift has to come from the inside. That's the only way to stop chasing results and start attracting them. When you change how you see yourself, life begins to match that new image. The truth is, Abundance doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your mind. It begins in how you speak to yourself, how you carry yourself, how you show up even when no one is watching. If you don't shift internally, you can't expect life to shift externally. You'll keep getting more of the same and wonder why nothing ever sticks. But the moment you make that simple internal change, everything starts to move. Life becomes lighter. Opportunities show up. People respond to you differently. It's not magic, it's alignment. And it all begins with the decision to stop waiting and start being. Think about a mirror. When you stand in front of it and smile, the mirror smiles back. If you frown, the reflection frowns. The mirror never judges. It doesn't ask why you're smiling or frowning. It just reflects whatever is there. Life works in the same way. It reflects you. Your reality, your relationships, your money, your career, your health is always responding to the way you see yourself and the way you see the world. If you believe you are worthy, life will send you people and opportunities that confirm your worth. If you believe the world is supportive, you'll find help in places you never expected. But if you believe that nothing works out for you, life will reflect that too. This is why some people seem to get lucky all the time. It's not because they're better or smarter. It's because deep down, they believe life is on their side. They walk with confidence, not because they have all the answers, but because they believe they are supported. That belief creates a field around them. People sense it. Opportunities find them. The same is true for you. The moment you shift your inner story, your outer reality begins to shift too. If you keep telling yourself you're behind, life will show you more delays. If you keep saying you never have enough, you'll find more reasons to feel lack. But if you say, I am ready, I am becoming, I am growing, life will start to match that new story. Here's the truth that changes everything. The world you see is not happening to you. It's responding to you, and it's responding with perfect accuracy. Every word you speak, every thought you think, every belief you hold sends a message to the mirror of life. That message becomes your reality. It's not instant, but it's consistent. The mirror is always listening. So if you want to change your life, you don't need to force the outside world. You just need to change what you're sending into the mirror. That starts with your self-image. How do you see yourself when no one is watching? Are you speaking to yourself like someone who deserves millions, or like someone who doesn't believe they're enough? This isn't about pretending. It's not about faking confidence or lying to yourself. It's about choosing a new image to reflect, one that matches the life you want to live, one that feels real to your soul. You may not feel like that person yet, but when you choose to become that person first in your mind, the world will follow. This is why people who win the lottery often lose it all. Their outer reality changed, but their inner identity did not. And the mirror always returns to reflect the truth of who you believe you are. The money didn't disappear. The mirror just adjusted to match their old self-image. But when someone truly shifts their inner world, their outer success becomes sustainable. It sticks. It grows. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You only need to decide that your image is changing today, that you will see yourself as someone who is worthy of wealth, love, and joy, that you will walk into rooms like someone who belongs, that you will speak to yourself with the kindness you would give a child. Once that becomes your new normal, life begins to reflect it. You'll see it in how people talk to you. You'll see it in the ideas that come to you. You'll see it in the opportunities that show up with no warning. It all starts with how you show up in front of the mirror of life. And when you change the image, you change everything. Everything you want already exists in some form. The wealth, the opportunities, the peace, the abundance, it's all out there. But the question is, can it find you? Can it recognize you? Most people chase success with the wrong identity. They want wealth, but they carry the identity of struggle. They want freedom, but they think like someone who is stuck. They want abundance, but deep down, they believe they are not enough. Here's the truth. Your identity sends the signal that attracts or repels the things you desire. It's not about luck. It's not even about skill. It's about how you see yourself. If you want to attract millions, you have to become the kind of person who holds that identity. Not someday, not when things are perfect, but right now. Think about how someone who already has wealth walks through the world. They move with calm. They believe in their value. They expect good things. They don't panic over small setbacks because their inner world is strong. They carry a mindset that says, I belong here. I can handle this. I am ready for more. You can start doing that right now. Begin by choosing powerful affirmations that reflect your new identity, not as something you wish for, but as something you are stepping into. Say things like, I am abundant. I attract prosperity. I am a magnet for opportunities. These are not empty words. They are seeds. With repetition, they take root and start to reshape your mind and your life. At the same time, start paying attention to how you speak to yourself during your everyday moments. When things go wrong, do you blame yourself? Do you feel like a failure? That's the old identity speaking. The new version of you talks differently. The new version says, this is just a lesson. I'm growing. This situation does not define me. Shifting your identity isn't about ignoring your problems. It's about choosing not to let those problems define who you are. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are not your bank account. You are the thinker, the creator, the one who decides what story to tell. And if you begin telling a new story about who you are, life will begin to match that story. So ask yourself, who am I being today? What kind of energy am I showing the world? Do I walk like someone who is already successful? Do I speak like someone who knows their worth? Do I believe that what I want is already on its way? If the answer is no, then now is your chance to shift. Not tomorrow, not when you have more time. Now, the mirror of reality only knows one thing, the image you place in front of it. And it will keep reflecting that image over and over again until you change it. So place a new image today, one that feels powerful, grounded, abundant, and true. That identity will begin to open doors you didn't even know existed. Because when you become the version of you that already has what you want, life has no choice but to catch up. When you make a shift in your mind, it feels powerful. It feels immediate. You speak new affirmations, visualize your dream life, and start to walk in that new energy. And for a moment you believe, you feel unstoppable. But then, nothing changes right away. The money doesn't come the next day. The job offer doesn't show up immediately. the world still looks the same. And that's where most people quit. They say, I tried it and it didn't work. But that's not how this process works. The shift always begins inside, and the outside follows with a delay. That's not a flaw. It's how reality works. In your inner world, you can imagine something instantly. You can close your eyes right now and see yourself living your dream life. But in the physical world, change takes time. Matter is slow. Results unfold gradually. This is where patience becomes your superpower. If you let go too soon, you return to the old identity, and the mirror goes back to reflecting it. But if you hold on, if you stay loyal to your new self-image even when nothing around you has changed, something powerful starts to happen. Life begins to rearrange itself behind the scenes. This is why people often experience setbacks just before a breakthrough. They've been holding the new belief, but nothing has changed. Their mood drops, their energy fades, and just when they give up, the result finally shows up. But now, it reflects the old mood they fell into. And it doesn't last. It falls apart. They go back to the beginning and repeat the cycle. To break that pattern, you must stay faithful to the identity and worldview you've chosen. That's the test. Will you keep walking like someone who is already abundant, even when your bank account is still catching up? Will you keep saying, I am wealthy, even when nothing around you seems to confirm it? That's the moment when everything starts to turn. This isn't fake it till you make it. This is align and stay aligned. You're not pretending, you're becoming. And the becoming process is slow, but it's steady. And once the mirror starts to reflect your new image, you'll begin to see signs, small changes, unexpected favors, people treating you differently. And the more you see, the more confident you become. Hold on to the belief long enough, and it will have no choice but to manifest. That's the law. The mirror doesn't argue. It simply reflects what's been placed in front of it for long enough. So keep the image strong. Keep your energy steady. Don't panic when things take time. Every great harvest begins with a seed. And the seed doesn't grow because you dig it up to check on it. It grows because you water it, believe in it, and let time do its work. You're not being tested by life. You're being trained. You're learning how to trust, how to keep your vibration high, how to stay loyal to the future version of yourself. Because when you pass that test, the rewards are lasting. They don't fade. They multiply. And you realize that patience wasn't a delay. It was preparation. Most people spend their lives focused on what they don't want. They complain about their bills, their job, their lack of time or freedom. They talk about their worries, their past failures, their stress. And they think that by doing this, they're being honest. They think they're just keeping it real. But here's the truth. Every time you speak about what you hate, you feed it. You give it energy. And the mirror of life reflects it back. The universe does not respond to what you hate. It responds to where you place your attention. If you keep saying, I'm so tired of struggling, life hears struggle. If you say, I'm always broke, life hears broke. If you constantly speak about how hard things are, the mirror will show you more of that. Not because it's punishing you, but because it's reflecting your focus. That's why the shift is so powerful. When you stop focusing on what you don't want and begin focusing on what you do want, everything begins to change. It may feel strange at first. It may even feel fake. But that's only because your mind has been trained to expect the worst. You're not lying to yourself. You're retraining your focus. Start small. Each day, choose to say something good about your life. Even if it's something simple like, "I'm grateful for a warm bed," or "I'm thankful for the food I ate today." Gratitude is the gateway to abundance. When you focus on what you already have, you tell the mirror, "This is my identity. I am someone who has." And the mirror gives you more. Next, begin speaking about your desires with confidence. Say, "I am becoming someone who lives with ease," or "I am stepping into my next level." Talk about your dreams like they are already on the way. Don't wait until you see the result to believe. Believe first. That's how it works. The mirror responds to belief, not doubt. It's okay if your current life doesn't match your vision yet. That's not a problem. That's the gap, the space between where you are and where you're going. And you close that gap by focusing forward, not backward. By pouring your energy into what you want, not what you fear. Every time you choose to speak about your dreams instead of your complaints, you move closer. Remember this: what you focus on expands. The more you focus on what you want, the more aligned you become. Your energy shifts, your thoughts change, your actions follow, and slowly, life begins to rise to meet you. Not because you forced it, but because you chose a new frequency. So speak life, speak abundance, speak joy, peace, and success, even if it hasn't shown up yet. Because once your focus shifts, your world will too. The mirror can only reflect what you show it. And when you show it a mind filled with purpose, a heart filled with belief, and a mouth filled with gratitude, it begins to pour out blessings beyond what you ever imagined. Most people live in a cycle they don't even realize they're trapped in. They wake up, look around at their life, and immediately react to what they see. If the bank account is low, they feel anxious. If work feels boring, they feel stuck. If something small goes wrong, they carry that frustration all day. And then they speak from that place, saying things like, "Nothing ever works out," or "Why does this always happen to me?" That's the default cycle. It goes like this. You observe your current reality. You form thoughts and emotions based on what you see. Then you send those emotions out into the world, and the mirror reflects them back, over and over again. This cycle keeps people stuck because it begins with observation, reacting to what is instead of creating what could be. But what if you could reverse the cycle? What if, instead of starting with what you see, you started with what you want to see? That's what conscious creators do. They don't wake up and ask, "What does life want from me today?" They say, "This is who I am. This is what I choose. And I will show up as that version of me today, no matter what I see around me." Here's the new cycle: image first, emotion second, reflection last. You form a strong internal image of who you want to be. You feel the emotions of that identity: confidence, peace, joy, abundance. Then you act and speak from that place. And slowly, the mirror begins to catch up. The reflection changes because the source has changed. This means you may have to ignore your current reality for a while. Not in denial, but with intention. You're not pretending that your life is perfect. You're choosing not to let your current reality control your future. You're forming the image of your future self, and you're walking in that direction, no matter what the mirror shows today. The more you practice this, the stronger your signal becomes. Your energy becomes clear. Your actions become aligned. Your words carry more power. And the mirror begins to reflect your chosen identity instead of the one you inherited from the past. This is how creators think. They start with the inner world, always. So stop letting the world tell you who you are. Stop reacting to things you don't want. Reverse the cycle. Lead with your identity. Let your thoughts and emotions flow from that place. And watch as your reflection begins to shift in ways that feel almost magical. You are not here to react. You are here to create. Let's take a moment to bring this to life with a real example. Imagine someone who has struggled for years with money. They've lived paycheck to paycheck, always stressed, always trying to make it work. Every month feels like a fight. And in their mind, they carry the belief, I'm not good with money. I never have enough. One day they learn about this shift. They hear the idea that reality reflects belief, and something clicks. They decide to try something new. Not a new job or business, but a new image of themselves. They start telling themselves, I'm capable of handling wealth. I am becoming someone who lives in abundance. At first, nothing happens. The bills are still there. The paycheck is still small. But they keep going. They create affirmations. They journal from the perspective of their future self. They say no to thoughts of panic and yes to thoughts of peace. Every time fear creeps in, they return to their new identity. Weeks go by, then months, and slowly things start to shift. A friend offers a business opportunity. A raise comes unexpectedly. Their ideas start gaining attention. It's not a dramatic change at first, but something is clearly happening. They're no longer stuck in survival. They're moving forward with purpose. Here's the key. The shift didn't start when the money came. The shift started when they decided to change their inner image. The world simply caught up. And now the results are real and lasting because their identity has changed. And once that happens, nothing is ever the same again. You don't need to be anyone special to experience this. You just need to decide, to believe, to act from the place of your future self. This is not about being perfect. It's about being committed. If you can hold the image of abundance with faith and patience, life will begin to meet you there. To make this shift real in your life, you need a simple daily practice. Nothing complicated, nothing heavy. Just a few moments each day to align yourself with the identity you've chosen. Because the more often you return to that identity, the stronger it becomes, and the faster life starts to reflect it. Here's a 3-step practice you can start today. Each morning, close your eyes for a few minutes and imagine the life you want. Not just the money or the house, but the feeling of it. What does it feel like to wake up in peace? To know that you are supported? To live with purpose and flow? See it, feel it, believe it. Say 2 affirmations about who you are. For example, I am abundant. I am aligned with wealth. Let these words feel true. Let them sink in. Then say 2 affirmations about your world, like, the universe supports me. Opportunities are always flowing to me. These words shape your focus. They build a new cycle. Throughout your day, act like the person you saw in your visualization. Walk with confidence. Make choices that reflect your worth. When fear or doubt shows up, gently return to your vision. Say, "I've already chosen who I am, and I trust life to catch up." This simple practice doesn't take much time, but it can change everything, because each day you're sending a clear signal to the mirror of life, and that signal becomes your reality, not overnight, but consistently. It adds up, and one day you wake up and realize you're no longer pretending. You've become the person you once imagined. You have the power to shape your life from the inside out. Everything you desire is already moving towards you, but it's waiting for you to recognize yourself as the person who can receive it. Not later, not when everything is perfect, right now. The secret is simple. Shift the image. Choose your identity. Focus on what you want. Speak from that place. Act from that place. And hold it long enough for the world to respond. Because it will. The mirror is always listening. It's not testing you. It's not judging you. It's reflecting you. This shift is real. It's powerful. And it's available to you today. You don't need permission. You don't need to be more ready than you are. All you need is a decision. A moment where you say, "I'm done waiting. I'm becoming." And then you walk in that direction, one thought at a time, one choice at a time. Soon, the world around you will begin to change. Not because the world changed first, but because you did. And that's the most powerful kind of change there is. So start now. Shift the image and watch your life transform. Because this simple shift doesn't just unlock millions, it unlocks you.